Hey guys, today we are making my super quick and easy chicken cheesesteaks. They take under 30 minutes to make from start to finish. Everything cooks in one pan, and they are so packed full of flavor with juicy, thinly sliced chicken, sautéed peppers and onions, gooey, melty, American and provolone cheese, a special mayo, and a fresh toasty hoagie roll. This is definitely a recipe that makes the whole family happy, so let's go get started. So I'm going to start off by cutting up my peppers and onions here. So I have my one medium onion, and I am going to peel it and cut it in half. And then we want to cut along the grain of the onion, almost like you would for like a French onion soup, like I'm showing you here, into just nice thin slices. And I'd just like to note too that this makes 4 chicken cheesesteaks. So for the bell pepper, I cut the top and bottom off, and then I cut into the side of the pepper, and keeping the blade in there, I just slowly cut around the seeds in the center. And you'll get 1 or 2 nice flat pieces. And from there, we're going to cut that into strips. And I also do cut up the top and bottom of the pepper as well and throw that in there. Definitely don't waste it. Now, while I have my cutting board out, I am going to move on to our mayo. So I have some mild banana peppers here that I'm just going to chop up. About 3/4 of a cup. Now these aren't really spicy, they just add some acidity, but if you want to avoid any kind of spice altogether, you could just skip it and even just do a little garlic mayo. But I'm adding those to 1/3 a cup of mayo, and I'm adding a little bit of garlic powder, about 1/4 teaspoon, a sprinkle of salt and pepper. Just going to give that a stir and put it in the refrigerator until we're ready to use it. I have 2 chicken breasts here. I would say it's about 1.25 pounds, 1.5 pounds. And my secret here for getting really nicely thinly sliced chicken is to throw the chicken in the freezer for about 15 minutes before you want to slice it, and it'll just become slightly frozen and make it that much easier to cut it. Or in my case, they were already in the freezer, so when they were mostly thawed out is when I started to cut. And now that we have them all nice and thinly cut, we are going to add some spices to them. So I'm just adding salt and pepper. I would say about 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, about 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, about 1/2 teaspoon of basil, 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, and we're just going to mix that together. And then moving over to our pan, I have my non-stick skillet over medium-high heat with a little bit of oil, and I'm just going to add the chicken to the pan. I did end up cooking it in 2 different batches just to get a little bit more of a golden brown color on the chicken. And then once that's cooked through, I'm going to set that aside in a bowl, and then to the same pan we are going to add our peppers and onions. And I like to sprinkle them with a little bit of salt just so that they release some more of their moisture. And as they cook and are releasing that moisture, I'm just scraping up all those yummy brown bits from the chicken that are going to add so much flavor to these peppers and onions. So after about 5 to 7 minutes, when the peppers and onions are nice and softened, I add the chicken back to the pan and just reheat it a little bit and then set that aside. And now I have 2 of the 4 hoagie rolls here, and I'm just spreading some of the mayo mixture on there. And then I am adding 1 slice of American cheese and 1 slice of provolone cheese to the bottom. Some of the chicken, pepper, and onion mixture. And then another slice of American cheese and provolone cheese to the top. These are very cheesy, but feel free to cut back on the cheese if you want. They will still be just as delicious. And then I have my oven preheated at 400 degrees, and I'm just going to throw them in there for about 5 minutes or until the cheese is nice and melty and the buns are toasted. And there you have it, my super quick and easy chicken cheesesteaks. They are just so yummy and satisfying, and something that my family absolutely loves, so I hope you love it too. And if you did like the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see some more recipes in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!